Hey you guys, this is Yelena and I am back to give you another video. And I am the owner of blog Hometown Girl and Curls. And I decided to do something a little different today. And I was decided to do a review on this movie that recently came out on Hulu called Bad Hair. So if you want to watch the rest of our view, stick around with me. So the movie Bad Hair is something that was actually suggested to me to watch, and it was suggested to me by a good friend of mine. Her name is Vonda, and she told me that, hey, you should just check this movie out. I really think that particularly would like something like this. So I said, okay, sure, I'll give it a watch. So I actually came across the movie last night and decided to give it a go because, hey, I wasn't doing anything last night. So I saw that the movie was directed by Justin Simeon, and if you guys don't know who that is, Justin Simeon is also the writer and director for the movie and the series Dear White People. So once I found that out, I had to watch it immediately because I'm a huge fan of Dear White People. So I thought it was really interesting to see that it was in the description a satire horror film that's based in 1989. So I was like, oh, okay, let me see what this is about. I haven't seen like a satire horror film in a minute, and it definitely gives you like a campy horror vibe. So with this movie, like, don't actually be expected to be scared because that's not what the whole purpose is. Anyway, it had a lot of big names in this movie like Kelly Rowland, Usher, and I think it had James Vanderbeek. Y'all know who that is. He is he was the star of a show called Dawson's Creek. Sorry, that was my favorite song. That's my favorite show back when it came out. Also, they had my notes. They had Blair Underwood on here, Lena Waithe, Laverne Cox, and the legendary Vanessa Williams. So they had like a lot of big name people on this movie. So I saw that when the movie started, it gave you a backstory of her when she was a child. And with the movie, I'm not going to actually give you guys like an actual recap. I'm most likely going to just give y'all like a brief synopsis and not give y'all too much information because I want you to watch the movie on your own and then let me know in the comments what y'all think. The girl is Anna. That's the lead character. And in the beginning of the movie, she is a young girl and she's getting a lye relaxer on her hair. And as her hair is like burning really badly, her sister rinses the relaxer out of her hair, but a huge chunk of her hair comes out and she's left with like a really big permanent scar in the back of her hair. So probably about 20 years later, maybe more than that, it goes to 1989. And during that time, Anna is working for a TV industry. And so the TV industry gives you like a BET vibe because it was like a TV channel that was just all like focused on black people. And it was like, black people were the main ones that was working there. They promote black people. So it would definitely gave me like a BET kind of vibe. And in the movie, she has her natural hair and she like has 4C natural hair. And in the movie, you see that her boss leaves the station to start her own. And the boss, I believe she has like sister locks. They're really long and beautiful. And I believe they're like sister locks that she has. So she leaves the channel and is replaced by Vanessa Williams' character. And her name is Zora. So Zora is basically letting everyone know, like, hey, we're gonna come with a new look. We're gonna come with a new sound. this Teddy Riley music is really getting popular right now. So what happens is that Zora meets with Anna to talk about her future with the company. And with that, Anna basically like gives her like great ideas about what kind of show that they should be trying to do, and her desire to actually host a show one day. And so Vanessa Williams' character is like, yeah, I think that you have a lot of potential, and I think that you would be really good for this station. However, the way that you look is not it. So she basically says like, hey, who does your hair? And Anna's like, oh, I do my hair. And she was like, your hair is not professional. It's not something that people would desire to see. Do you think that you would go to a job interview and be able to meet with someone with your hair looking like that? The receptionist wouldn't even let you in, darling. Like, she would talk like that, literally. But she basically tells Anna like, hey, I have this card. Go see the salon that I go to so you can get a sew-in weave. So I see that they're actually introduced to the sew-in through Kelly Rowland's character, and her name is Sandra. And Sandra is a music star, and she basically gives me like Janet Jackson, the pleasure principle, like kind of like that. But she gives me like Janet Jackson pleasure principle vibes. And so she basically goes to the salon, gets the hair weave installed, but she fails to tell this hairstylist, who's played by Laverne Cox. She fails to tell her that she's tender-headed, and Laverne Cox is basically cornrowing her hair so freaking tight that girl was crying, boo-hoo crying, and fainted, and then wake up, and bam, this long luxurious weave is in her hair. But she ends up gaining this great confidence in herself, and she's getting a lot of attention, especially from this guy that she was kind of like seeing on the low that worked for the station. But until she realizes that her hair has a mind of its own, and it basically is like possessed by witches, and basically kills people. So it was like, whoa, that escalated quickly. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep watching. So I mean, that's basically a brief synopsis of the movie. I didn't want to give you the whole detail of it because I still want you guys to watch it yourselves. But from what I got from it, people may think that the movie is bashing, sew-ins, like, oh, you should never get a sew-in, it's bad for you and all that. I personally didn't get that vibe. When I watched the movie, I really think it talked about the challenges that Black women have to face when it comes to achieving society's standard of beauty. So I really did like that they set it back to 1980s, because that was during a time when long, luxurious hair was very in. And if you did have curly hair, it was like a loose pattern. So it wasn't like anything kinky or, like mine. But anyway, I really thought that was common that Zora, the boss, told Anna that she didn't belong into the corporate world or the entertainment industry unless she changed her look, which meant she changed her hair. And that was very common as well with workplace discriminating against women with natural hair. And so I really resonated with that, and I really, appreciated that being in the movie. Another thing that I got from it was that the girl Anna, she tried so hard to, be accepted and to be liked by, her boss, the guy that she was hooking up with on the low, even, the workplace, society, and she did whatever she could to try to fit in, to try to be accepted, when in reality she should have had allowed but basically demanded the society to accept her for who she was, by her accepting herself and accepting her hair for what it is, accepting, her unique beauty, not having to want to look like every other person, but to embrace yourself and love yourself for who you are, for the hair that God put in your head. So I think that's what the main point of the movie is. I'm assuming, but I did like that Justin Simeon, the director. So I did some research on the movie, and I saw that it was inspired by a Japanese horror film called The Wig. Never heard it before. Think I might check that out, because I want to try to compare, like, how Justin Simeon got some of his inspiration from the movie. So I really did like the concept of um, the movie being a horror flick. So that was very interesting. And of course, it's not a real horror flick; it's a satire horror flick. So, of course, it did not scare you, or it doesn't. It's more of like a comedy relief in there, because you have some people like, Lena Waithe. She's, pretty funny, and so she adds some comedy relief into the movie too. So, I really resonated with this movie, because it was something that I was struggling with, when I first had natural hair. I definitely experienced some discrimination from workplaces because of my hair, especially once I decided I wanted to go back to having natural hair about 7 years ago. And I would do certain things to my hair, during job interviews, to show like, hey, don't focus on this, focus on, my credentials, my experience. And, I saw that people was giving this more attention to actually compared to my resume. Um, but that was just something that really resonated with me, because, like Anna, I also suffered. Not suffered. I also experienced some self confidence issues when it came to my natural hair. I don't have that problem now, because I will rock this afro everywhere. Okay. But anyway, that was just something that I, can relate to when it comes to the character Anna. And, I also did not have the best experience when it came to, trying to change my hair into something that it was not supposed to be. Hence, I had to cut all of my hair off and basically almost start over. So it was cut into like a taper haircut like 2 years ago. So I really, resonated with Anna and, what she was going through. But I really liked the movie. Great concept, very unique way of showing the struggles that Black women, experienced back in the 80s, and actually, sadly, is still going on now. But it has gotten better thanks to the laws being passed, with discriminating against Black women with, natural hair. But we still have a long way to go. But I'm not going to bash and, downplay the progress that we have gotten so far, because there is some progress going on, and I appreciate that. But, it still shows that it's still kind of an issue that's going on now. So I actually like that he based it in 1989, because it also makes you think like, dang, this is actually still kind of going on right now. And that was like over 20 years ago. So I really do hope that people watch this movie and get that concept versus bashing, the having weave installed into your hair, because I definitely don't think that was the concept or the purpose, basically. But anyway, I really enjoyed this movie, and I would actually watch it again, because I want to see if I missed anything um, that I didn't watch or pay attention to in the first time. And so, like I said, it is available. It's streaming on Hulu, and it is rated TV MA, of course, because of the foul language, which I didn't really care for. But I was able to, move past that, and it was still a really good, like, entertaining movie, and very relatable and educational at the same time. And then one thing I actually did want to mention was that the movie um, also put a lot of emphasis on a slave lore called the Moss Hair Girl. So it looks like same um, the same things that was happening to Anna was also happening to the Moss Hair Girl. So I did want to also put that in there as well. But anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know about the movie. If you have not seen it, you got natural hair, and you see the struggles that you possibly went through, or someone else that went through, I would suggest watching it. It was dope. I love the concept, and I love the uniqueness of how the movie was done versus how Chris Rock did Good Hair, years ago, which is kind of like a more of a documentary. He put Justin Simeon put more of a comedic and horror um, spin to it. So I really hope that you guys watch the movie, enjoy it. If you do happen to watch it, let me know in the comments, what do you think? If you have seen it already, let me know in the comments what you guys think. And also, do not forget to like and subscribe at that button down there, or down there. I don't know. But anyway, you guys have a great day. I love y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day.